Alright, ladies, gentlemen, and whoever you choose to be, my name is Ron and this is me playing the latest event from Genshin Impact, Secret Summer Paradise. Not sponsored. So medyo matagal na rin since huling bukas ko neto and marami na ring events ang lumipas both in-game and in real life. Namiss ko nang maglaro and suddenly marami na ulit akong oras. Apparently fresh graduate does not equal job immediate. So this is a full recap of my adventure back into a game na honestly na burnout ako for quite a while. Kaya rin tumigil ako maglaro. Pero who knows, after this baka bumalik ako long enough para tapusin yung mga backlogs ng quest na naiwan, and believe me, ang dami nila. Pero for now, ito na muna. Of course, spoilers ahead for those na hindi pa ginagawa yung quest, and without further ado, let's begin. This is Genshin Impact. So ganito kasi yung nangyari. Siyempre, bago ang lahat, the first and foremost na ginagawa ng lahat ng Genshin player is yung mga komisyon. Medyo skip na natin to kasi to be honest, wala naman din nangyari dito sa 10 to 15 minutes na patakbo-takbo ko around Mondstadt. In fact, ganito itsura ko the whole time.
Shine down.
So, intayin na lang natin na may mag-ult para ma-epic transition ko to the next part.
I will have order.
Remember everyone, every Primogem counts. So after kunin yung Stellar Reunion na may extra 100 Primogems, pwede na natin gawin yung actual na purpose netong video na to. So yung premise ng summer adventure this year is di naman masyadong iba from the previous years. Papupuntahin ka somewhere kasama si Klee and friends, and you do summer vacation things with additional teasers sa susunod na nation. This time around, may letter to Klee that tells us to go to Sumeru dahil apparently may kaibigan si Alice dun. Alice being Klee's mysterious mom. And syempre, being Klee's babysitters for the last 3 years, we happily accept. So with Kaya with us and using a magical letter that can teleport us anywhere in the world, we pull off the Genshin Impact equivalent of diagonally Gandharvaville,
Rand Arbor Hill.
Diagonally.
and head off. So matapos makuha ang KFC and lumipad ng onte, we reach Diagon Alley, Gandharvaville, where we meet two familiar faces, Eula the Rerun and Klee the Flower. So Eula is looking for a cousin na napadpad somewhere sa Sumeru, and we explain our reason for being there through the best way possible. Black screen with white text. So nalaman natin na yung lugar na hinahanap is probably nasa desert. So Klee joins us, and since baka nandun din pumunta si Pinsan, sumama na rin si Eula, and our Klee party grows ever stronger. We make our way to the desert where bigla may Bote na nagpakita out of nowhere. And since wala tayong alam dito at posibleng delikado,
Come on, reach out with your hand.
pagpasok sa loob, syempre, hindi naman delikado. Pero wala nga naman tao. We have a short discussion kung anong gagawin, followed by me going AFK for about 5 minutes. And after Klee is done being embarrassed, we decide na the best way is to go forward. And that ends the prologue of Secret Summer Paradise. More to come in just a few minutes. So we start the first actual part of our adventure by discovering yung currency for this event. The Joy vouchers. Basta, importante yan mamaya kaya tiwala lang. And we press forward, pero not before ang sakit ko sa kahit anong open world game getting absolutely sidetracked. Yes, maraming beses mangyayari yan throughout the video. Kapag meron ako nakita na something interactable, I interact. Can't help it, I'm sorry. So after unaliving the local fauna, some Conrians, and a few more Joybucks, we eventually find the core of the entire bottle place and make a new friend. For now, we'll call Water Droplet. So sinundan natin yung Manila Water and we're introduced to the main mechanic nitong event, the preprints. Basically, nagiging 2D side-scroller yung game and you complete simple puzzles. Apparently, the Water Droplet is asking us for help because his friend is stuck inside the preprint, and being the good Samaritan that we are, we do just that. So matapos i-rescue yung isa pang Manila Water, we head off. But not before getting sidetracked again, unaliving more fauna and doing challenges. Eventually, napigilan ko ang sarili ko sa mga distractions and we make it to a town full of water droplets. We also meet the final two members of our traveling party, a new friend named Idia and... Mamma Mia! Sorry, could not resist. So nalaman natin na Idia is yung friend sa letter and that may problema sa loob ng domain. And in typical Genshin fashion, the traveling errand boy of Tevat is here to help. But not before I get sidetracked again and try something na matagal ko lang hindi ginagawa sa Genshin.
How about we explore the area ahead of us later? How about we explore the area ahead of us later? How about we explore the area ahead of us later? How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
Moving on. So, Idia tells us kung ano yung mga kailangan to repair the giant thingamabab sa gitna ng domain. And after another Klee-themed AFK session, we set off. So, meron din palang mga nakatago na water droplets throughout the map na usually nagbibigay ng mga chest pag nahanap. And usually mapapansin mo sila kasi merong bubble na lumalabas sa mga disguise. I do hunt some of them para lang sa joy vouchers. Gagamitin kasi siya later on in the video. So several sidetracks later, nahanap din natin yung first missing component, which is a gear. We get it easy enough after a short puzzle, and afterwards we leave it with Idia to repair the thing, and wouldn't you know it, the problem is fixed. Joke lang, di pa. We still need the other parts. Afterwards, bumalik si Kaya and Klee to tell us of a sudden canyon opening, which for us means a new area to explore. We make our way sa susunod na location with several waypoints and chests along the way. And this is where we meet Ferdinand, one of the three brothers and a member of the Adventurers Guild, apparently. Now, kung mapapansin nyo, yung mga NPC dito may distinct na itsura, blue hair and blue eyes. But we'll get to that later. To make a long story short, Ferdinand and his brothers handle the domain railways. It's broken, so we fix it. And Klee makes something rather amazing.
Really? Hey everyone, come and see what Klee made.
Ta-da! Look! I made a cart!
Sorry, couldn't resist. So we get on the Sarbomba, the roller coaster, and it becomes abundantly clear na this year, ang theme ng Genshin Summer event is Klee Goes to Enchanted Kingdom. Now, ang objective is to fix the rails, play minigames, and make our way to Ferdinand's brothers. We find one of the brothers, pero once again, I get sidetracked. I see collectible, I collect. And for some reason, na-curious ako kung pwede bang maglakad dun sa riles paakyat. Turns out, you can. Ang tagal nga lang, and nalaglag pa ako. So after fixing that blunder, we make it to another cutscene where they fix the problem, and the brothers begin to fight in front of a child. Syempre, that makes Klee upset and probably gave Kaya some brotherly flashbacks, so kinausap niya in a corner. #KayaBestito. With some more minigames along the way, tuloy tayo to the last brother, Hado. Ngayon, dito ako napaisip kung paano napunta tong mga tao na to sa domain in the first place, because something is very sus. My best explanation is that all of these people are not alive anymore. But anyways, we complete their portion of the story and collect the climbing rope, yung pangalawang missing component, which does mean the end of the second part. Pero once again, I get sidetracked. Pero sa dulo ko na ikukwento tong particular na part na to kasi importante rin yung napuntahan kong roller coaster na yun in the distance. Pero for now, we come back to Idia, surrender the climbing rope, and wait for the next day as we complete the first day. There's a reason kung bakit sinabi nila na wag nirarush yung mga Genshin events, and yet here I am doing it all in under 7 hours. Pero syempre sa inyo, 20 minutes lang to, kaya subscribe na para hindi na sayang ang effort ng editor. Anyways, one side quest later and we're moving on to the next part. Ngayon pupunta naman tayo sa fairgrounds for the next component. Also at this point, nakakuha na tayo ng 93 na joy vouchers, which gets us yung flowing joy spar. This helps us sa paghahanap ng remaining 57 na need ko for the new Kaya skin. Oh, and just hindi ko bibilin yung skin ni Klee on the grounds na wala rin naman akong Klee in the first place. I will also not pull for Klee because yung backlog ko ng characters na gusto ko i-build ay napakahaba na ang pila. Pero back on topic. At this point, merong bagong puzzle na kailangan gawin. Ilalagay yung tamang kulay ng ilaw sa tamang gem to unlock things. Pero the catch, pag napadaan ka sa harap ng ilaw, matutunaw yung cellophane na dala mo. Kung nakaranas ka na tumayo on stage, you will know gano'ng kainit yung mga ganitong ilaw. A few of those and we reach the fairgrounds, where we meet Maymuna. She wants us to restore the crystal at the top of the very big tent na for some reason bumagsak sa loob. Dito rin natin malalaman na yung pinsan ni Yola ang may kasalanan ng lahat and he's inside. And of course, since we're the traveler, it's time to travel. Basic lang naman yung gagawin, match the light color with the gems, avoid the light para di mawala yung dala mo, and slowly lift up the big crystal ball. We then head backstage where lo and behold, it's a Lawrence.
Lessig Lawrence?
Who are you? Who has the audacity to utter my full name?
And he's a prick. Surprise, surprise. Or apparently not, because apparently kailangan lang pala para kumalma isang tao ay bigyan ng choknut.
What is this? Candy? Thank you, Miss Mascot. I certainly do feel much better now.
And one choknut later, everything is okay again. I guess. Moving on, we continue up the tent and solve a few more puzzles, and pagkatapos ng huling ilaw, we get a pretty nice cutscene showing the fairgrounds in its full beauty. Afterwards, we get a wholesome conversation about choosing who you truly want to be and finding your own purpose ahead of what others want you to be. Surprisingly relatable considering where I am in my life right now, pero I will save that topic for the next video. Now, another cutscene triggers which shows a locked chest. Syempre, since every Primo Gem counts, kukunin natin yan. Actually, itong susunod na part na to, i-skip na lang natin sa dulo kasi kukunin ko lang naman yung mga remaining na kailangan ko for the libreng skin. Once we get yung last na chest, we unlock Sailwind Shadow, Kaya's free skin. And honestly, ito na ata yung favorite skin ko so far. It just looks awesome. Chef's kiss. Ngayon, kung suswertehin ako sa constellations ni Kaya, all the better. Pero now that that's done, we go back and talk to Kokomi who reveals yung ibang reason kung bakit siya andito. Something called the Shinro Casket. More on that later. But with that, we finish part 2 and unlock all the minigames, which I will do at the end of the video kasi merong free character na reward for doing so. For now, we take a break. 5 hours in and nasa last part na tayo ng Secret Summer Paradise. But before that, I need to heal. And who better to heal me than the Iron Maid Noelle, who heals people by hurting others.
Steady as stone, as a dutiful maid would.
Now that we're all patched up, we make our way to the Director's Treehouse for our final component. And to be honest, at this point, wala na rin masyadong pag-uusapan, so onting lakad lang, and a few sidetracks later, we meet this director in question, named Zosimos. The component isn't actually missing, nasa kanya lang, pero he asks us to help him with his show. We make our way to the Central Theater, look for his manuscript, and suddenly, bigla tayong naging prod sa stage play. Typical Genshin questline. Pero during the play, we actually find out na yung story is the origin story of how the domain was made and how Idia and Alice met. Afterwards, we finally get to see the other costume for this version in person as Klee wears her new outfit. Once again, I have no Klee, so there is no temptation to spend any money. As for another bonus, we also get to see Kaya in his costume. Finally, bumalik tayo to where it all began and begin to put the components together, but not before taking a picture with the 2 stars of the show, along with my Sumero Lisa. Surprisingly, ang kulang na lang ata at this point ay skin ni Amber. No, the censorship skins do not count. We put the 3 pieces together and bada bing! It's complete. Pero wait, there's more. Sandy Mamma Mia points out something about Edea and the water droplets. She then reveals that she is in fact an Oceanid from Fontaine, one of many we've seen in our adventures. Nalaman din natin na lahat ng mga human NPCs na nakilala natin throughout are still very much alive, and who we see are actually memories of Edea. Now, Edea tries to restore the Mirage to its true glory, but alas, it does not work. Which leads us to the final component needed, the Shinro Casket. A special item that builds up power the more offerings are given to it. Or at least that's the general gist of it. It is quite the late game exposition, but more or less with the power of the wish, it's enough to finally repair the core.
Okay, the combined power of our hopes and dreams is at your disposal.
Look! The wheel's been fixed!
Come on, hurry!
And of course, bilang huling part ng quest, pumunta tayo sa core, which also turns out to be the Ferris wheel, an integral part of every Peria. We talked to Edea one last time where she says that although most people leave the Mirage, so long as the idea that their real-life counterparts are out there working to achieve their dreams, then she's happy. And with her newfound confidence and a dream of our own to achieve, we complete the third and final part of the secret summer paradise. Ngayon, I have a confession to make. At a certain point in time, na-spoil ako sa reveal sa dulo about Edea being an Oceanid. And hindi dahil nahanap ko sa YouTube or Reddit na ganon, but because my curious behind suddenly did a hidden side quest during the first part, which contained notes from a wandering artist. Sa mga notes na to, it blatantly states that Edea is in fact an Oceanid. So yeah, I spoiled the reveal for myself. Good job, Ron. Pero nevertheless, we still have 4 more things to do before we wrap up the Valerian Mirage. First is the Dance of Flashing Thought. Nothing much to see here, just your standard beat up enemies within the time limit and get a high score challenge. It is nice to just sit back and have Noel clean up mountains of Conrians, Hilichurls, and Fungi, so basic but easy enough. Second is the Spino Blaster, where you get to shoot balls for a high score, then get a reward. That's basically it. Pero ako na mababaw lang naman ng kaligayahan, okay na sa akin to. Pangatlo is the Sojourns of the Barking Fox, in which you fly through hoops within a time limit and get a score. And finally, and my personal favorite, Basima the Finch Lady. Di ko alam bakit pero mas nag-effort ata ako dito kaysa dun sa previous na mga minigames, pero I had quite a bit of fun during this one. Basically, magbabato ka lang ng Finch statue closer to the red area, mas mataas ang score. A pretty simple concept pero I had a lot of fun. Pero once we finish that, we get all the awards and a new character na hindi ako sure kung pinul ko ba nung lumabas siya, Layla. A very relatable college student. And with that, we are done with the Secret Summer Paradise. Ngayon, this took me around 6 to 7 hours. Di ako sure kasi nag-AFK din ako a few times kasi nagutom. Pero overall, this event was nice. Nagets ko rin naman kung bakit di bumalik dun sa mga islands from the previous summer updates kasi medyo played out na rin, and yung team naman din ng Dreams and Illusions is pretty consistent with Sumeru. Pero I must say na, in my opinion, so far this might be the weakest of the summer updates. Now, Edea is a fun character and the NPCs were all somewhat interesting, pero it didn't have the same feeling of wonder and mystery that you felt during the first time you went to the Golden Apple Archipelago or the exploration of the characters involved during the official Summer Islands. This definitely felt more along the lines of a summer update just for the sake of having one. It also felt like you didn't really do much during the whole thing. Honestly, it was hard to find talking points because most of the time I'm in a cutscene. And when I'm in a cutscene, all I'm doing is basically relaying information na sinasabi na ng laro mismo. But I guess I should take note of that for future Genshin videos if I ever decide to record the other quests that need doing. But anyways, I still enjoyed my time back in Genshin. If I wasn't enjoying it, then I wouldn't have continued playing kahit na kailangan ko siya for the content. So, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this is the first of many more to come. I plan on playing all kinds of games and even some genres that I don't normally go to. I'm actually already in process of writing the script for the next video, so tune into that. Anyways, salamat sa panonood and I will see you in the next one.